Und freust du dich?
Früh, viel zu früh. Viel zu früh. Noch ein bisschen aufgeregt, ob wir jetzt noch an Bord kommen. Weil eigentlich müssen wir schon boarden. Aber es ist cooler, wenn man es bis zum Ende ausreizt, ne?
Your lightweight devices like your smartphones, tablets, iPods, iPads.
Eigentlich sitzt das Spielestudio Firaxis eine halbe Stunde nördlich von Maryland. Doch nachdem die hauseigene Messe, die Firaxicon, im letzten Jahr so erfolgreich verlief, haben sich Firmengründer Sid Meier und seine Kumpanen dazu entschlossen, auf das geräumigere Convention Center in der nächstgrößten Stadt Baltimore auszuweichen. Hier ist es bereits im Oktober scheiße kalt. So kalt, dass es aus den Gullideckeln zu dampfen anfängt, wie man das aus Hollywood-Streifen kennt. Viel mehr konnten wir in Baltimore auch leider nicht sehen, denn der Zeitplan war eng. Also kurz noch zur berühmten und außergewöhnlich leckeren Burgerkette Five Guys und dann ab zur Convention.
Das ist schon ganz geil, ne? Ist zwar super hässlich, aber super weich. Ich würde mir den echt kaufen. Der ist durchgesessen, aber nee, Schweiß ist er nicht. Die Leute haben doch Sachen angesetzt. Das ist doch kein Saunasessel. Sitz dich mal rein. Na? Der beste Ort auf der Firaxicon ist Sids legendärer Kuschelsessel in hässlichem Grün. Steht hier in der Ecke, ist unglaublich bequem. Ihr seht, er kann sogar ein bisschen schaukeln. Und ganz ehrlich, wenn ich den so kaufen könnte, ich würde ihn sofort mitnehmen. Vielleicht würde ich mir noch eine andere Farbe aussuchen, aber der ist unglaublich bequem. Und was hier auf dem Schild steht, ist das Wichtige, denn es ist Sid's Green Therapy Chair. Also sein Therapiestuhl, in dem Jake Solomon immer gesessen hat, als er Sid Meier Fragen gestellt hat zu dem letzten XCOM. Also ein Stück Geschichte, in dem ich hier sitze und auch ein Stück Geschichte, in dem ich hier generell mich aufhalte. Denn das ist das Museum, einer der interessantesten Orte hier auf der Firaxicon, in der man so kleine Stücke und Memorabilia aus der Vergangenheit von Firaxis betrachten kann.
Haufenweise Spiele hat Sid Meier seit 1996 mit seiner Firma Firaxis bereits entwickelt. Überwiegend Strategiespiele, die gerne seinen Namen im Titel tragen. Das war schon früher so, als er noch für Microprose arbeitete. Denn dort war man von seinen Spielen so überzeugt, dass man den Namen Sid Meier als Qualitätsmerkmal etablierte.
Das Original-Sign hier von 1997, womit sie auf der E3 Sid Meier's Gettysburg präsentiert haben. Siehst du noch, das ist schon ein bisschen älter, hat überall hier, ist ein bisschen kaputt. Das ist Geschichte.
Sid Meier's Gettysburg, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, Sid Meier's Pirates und allen voran natürlich Sid Meier's Civilization. Das hat mittlerweile den 5. Teil erreicht und das Spin-off Beyond Earth kommt jetzt gerade die erste Erweiterung Rising Tide spendiert.
So sieht eine Schlangenfrau nackt aus. Nackte Schlangenbubis. The more you know, huh? Hier ist ihr Mann. Hier ist seine Schwester.
Besonders im Gedächtnis geblieben ist außerdem das noch gar nicht so alte XCOM, das Firaxis 2013 herausbrachte. Eine unglaublich gute und erfolgreiche Neuauflage des 1994 erschienenen XCOM, das in Deutschland einfach nur UFO Enemy Unknown hieß. Hierfür war dann aber primär Jake Solomon als Lead-Designer verantwortlich. Eine weitere Entwicklerlegende, die man als Besucher hier treffen konnte. Dazu gab es einen eigenen Bereich für ausgefallene Brettspiele und natürlich das Museum mit Sid Meiers Kuschelsessel.
It's been a lot of fun. There's been some really interesting talks about sort of game design and what Firaxis is planning. I'm looking forward to both this game and then XCOM 2, which is next year.
Really good. It's fun to meet the fans and interact with people that are excited for our games and just enjoy talking with them and stuff. It's really cool.
I was actually hoping to play a little bit of the
XCOM?
Yeah, XCOM. Mine
The
is
new one.
Friday. Yeah, I was hoping that they would have some of that. They didn't, but it's understandable. It's probably not ready for
Yeah, it's
that
coming
type of
February, I
situation.
guess.
Yeah, I was thinking they may have a copy, a playable version while we're here.
Usually, sometimes when you go to a convention,
there's just regular old staff there. You don't really talk to the staff about stuff, but like when they come here, they get to talk to the people that make the games that they play, and that's always great.
Hello, sir or miss. Could you please identify yourself?
I'm an Advent soldier. Who are you?
I don't know, I'm nothing, I guess.
That's not very confident of yourself, is it?
Okay, I
me
gotta
your
get
ID.
out of here, I think. Okay, thank you.
Show me your ID, sir. What is it? Right here.
Das eigentliche Highlight auf der Firaxicon sind aber im Grunde die Panels. Das ist ein Monolog, an dem ein Kopf von Firaxis sowie Sid Meier selber oder zum Beispiel Jake Solomon, der Creative Director unter anderem bei XCOM war, eine Stunde lang aus dem Nähkästchen plaudern. Es ist super interessant und für so Nerds wie uns und mich einfach eine unglaubliche Gelegenheit, den Köpfen dahinter, die Leute, die die Spiele programmiert haben, die wir seit Anbeginn unserer Kindheit spielen, denen mal an den Lippen zu kleben und zu hören, was die zu sagen haben. Das ist wirklich unglaublich spannend.
Allen voran Lead-Designer Jake Solomon. Der sitzt aktuell mit seinem Team an XCOM 2, das im Februar 2016 erscheinen soll. Lustiger Typ, der immer wieder mit kleinen Anekdoten einen Einblick in seine Arbeit an XCOM lieferte.
Probably one of my top 5 wow moments seeing it.
But it actually came out of the E3.
Yeah. Yes, the E3 demo helped accelerate some of the things.
There was a little bit of movie magic, and then Ryan was like, we can actually do that. I was like, oh, well, we should, Make it not bullshit, I guess.
Ganz nebenbei erfuhren wir, dass man in XCOM 2 hacken kann, es sogenannte Dark Events gibt und dass diesmal sogar die Aliens die Chance haben zu gewinnen, was das Spiel unberechenbarer macht und somit die Wiederspielbarkeit enorm erhöht.
Let's make the game a lot more unpredictable. Let's give the player a lot more replayability, and let's sort of let off the reins and let them have the experiences they want. And there are lots of new random attributes you can add to weapons that you make. A lot of things that happen throughout the world are unpredictable. Now it's not just the player fighting to win the game on their own terms. Now the aliens can win the game. The AI they have, or the aliens, or the AI, I guess the AI aliens, whatever, same thing. They have their short-term goals that you can find out about, and they may want to do any one of these things. And so here we have, they can hunt down XCOM, they can make Advent Troopers much tougher. Some of their things that they want to do are secret.
Interessant war auch die Tatsache, dass es zu XCOM 2 einen Editor geben wird, mit 50 GB an Spielgrafiken, mit denen die Fans Modifikationen und Levels bauen können.
I think Firaxis is the kind of company where we only exist because of the loyalty of our audience, and we take that very, very, very seriously. Obviously, what we needed to do to improve that on XCOM 2 was to put the game in our audience's hands and give them all the tools that we have to help us make XCOM 2 better.
And on top of that, we're also giving out the source code, the script source code, not the native source code, and 50 gigabytes of assets that went into making the game.
Right.
Volunteering for complete eradication remains paramount to the safety of our forthcoming worldwide unification can we build a better tomorrow.
More gene therapy clinics opening throughout the world. Thousands of refugees continue to migrate into the city centers. As we welcome these new inhabitants to our cities, we are thankful to the Advent administration for their continued compassion.
Reports of rebel activity at the gene therapy clinic in Paris.
To ensure your safety, please obey all directives from administrative personnel.
Request entry to the gene therapy clinic must submit to a full security scan.
Future begins with
Danach versuchten die Civilization Beyond Earth Designer Will Miller und David McDonagh, der Typ rechts, ein komplett neues Spiel mit den Zuschauern zu bauen.
A game like Civ Prehistory. What are we going to call this game, Dave? Dawn of Civ? Yeah, Doc. Doc. Look, abbreviations are important. The forms we use. Doc. All right, so.
Ein lustiges Experiment, doch die Begeisterung von Chef Sid Meier hielt sich in Grenzen.
I think that's a bad idea.
Sorry, Dave.
You know what? It's hard enough to make one good game, and you're really making 2 or 3 good games at that point. So good luck with that.
Lead your people to new frontiers and shape a new future for humanity in Rising Tide, the upcoming expansion to Civilization Beyond Earth. Expand your empire across a new planet. Command powerful spy networks to sabotage your foes from behind the scenes. And unlock the hidden potential of your people as you explore new hybrid affinities. As the final wave of colony ships found new homes on an alien world, they brought with them revolutionary breakthroughs in science and technology that would forever change the way each civilization adapts to its surroundings. One such faction is Changsu, a mysterious and elite organization that arose from the rubble of the Great Mistake, determined to lead humanity towards a bright new future. Although its formation and reach of power is a mystery to all, the people of Changsu vow they have humanity's best interests in mind. Changsu's leader, Han Jae-moon, is a shrewd tactician with command over a powerful spy network. His covert operatives allow Changsu to act from the shadows, overthrowing dictators and wresting control of key objectives from other nations without leaving a trace. With the emergence of new factions came a deeper understanding of the existing affinity between the alien worlds and the organizations that call them home. In Rising Tide, factions are now able to merge affinities to further specialize their units and structures, and provide access to additional traits and cultural benefits that ensure each game experience is unlike any that came before it. Harness the power of alien genetics for the betterment of mankind by combining the harmony and purity affinities. Reap the benefits of healthier cities and self-healing military units as you conquer planets with advanced hybrid units like the Immortal, Architect, and Throne. Merge old world knowledge with next-generation nanotechnology as you join purity and supremacy affinities to create the ultimate technological superpower. Take advantage of higher production rates and more powerful energy wells to ensure you are never at a loss for military might. Arm your troops with the latest in technological know-how to create units like the Drone Cage, Autosled, and Golem. Find the perfect balance between alien and machine by merging the harmony and supremacy affinities. Experience unprecedented scientific growth and benefit from higher research rates as you grow your empire. Outshine potential competitors with technologically advanced units like the Nanohive, Geliopod, and Aquilon. New challenges and discoveries await you beyond Earth. Gather your people and lead mankind across the land and seas of a new alien planet. Overcome the harsh hostilities of frigid and primordial worlds. Partner with new sponsors. Command the vast armies of their factions. And dominate the political landscape with all new diplomacy features. Discover a new frontier of endless possibilities on an alien world and create a new vision for humanity in Civilization Beyond Earth, Rising Tide.
Für das letzte Panel setzte sich Sid zusammen mit seinem alten Weggefährten Bruce Shelley in die roten Sessel und redete über die guten alten Tage bei Microprose.
The first game that we worked on together was Cobra Action. Back in the late 80s. Didn't actually get published until 1990. But Bruce had come to Microprose, I might do that once or twice. I'm sorry. Bruce had come to Microprose and had done some work on, well, I'll let him tell the story, how he came to Microprose.
I was an employee, and I would get to work early, and Sid was, a manager or a senior guy. He got in when he felt like it. So, but before he left every night, he would leave a disc at my desk, and I'd come in the morning and play. So by the time he arrived, hours later, I'd already put in hours of playing. I had a whole list of yellow pad full of stuff we could talk about. Maybe some of the things that we could have done better in the first game, Sid 1, could have been fixed with more people trying it earlier on. If we had more time to do it, whatever, I don't know.
And there wouldn't have been a need for a Civ 2 or 3?
Yeah, that's true. I think we did a good job of not making it perfect, because you've been milking that cow for
Natürlich ist die Firaxicon für uns nicht erfolgreich gelaufen, wenn wir nicht auch einmal kurz mit Sid Meier persönlich sprechen konnten. Und der war selbstverständlich auch hier und wir hatten die Gelegenheit. Zwar nicht besonders lang, eher kurz, aber ich habe sie genutzt, um ein paar persönliche Fragen an den guten Sid zu richten, der ja für Spiele wie Civilization und alles verantwortlich ist. Spiele, die mich wirklich schon seit Jahrzehnten begleiten. Und ich war ehrlich gesagt auch ein bisschen aufgeregt. Ich habe ihn zwar schon mal getroffen, aber das ist schon super lange her. Ein unglaublich netter Typ, aber der hat auch viel zu erzählen und ach, zieht's euch rein.
So, I'm very curious, how did you, a long time ago, actually get in contact with video games in general before you started doing video games yourself?
Well, I was interested in games when I was a kid. We didn't have video games, but we had board games and card games, and I would cover the floor of my living room with little soldiers and things like that, and make up games in my mind. I studied computers in college, and a couple of years after I got out of college, the first personal computer, the Atari 800, was my first computer. And two things that I like to do came together, gaming and computers. And in those days, we made up all the rules ourselves. I copied Space Invaders, I copied Pac-Man, I just learned how to do it. And got together with Bill Staley, we founded Microprose, and then the rest is history.
There's some games you played very, very much back in the days?
I went to the bars and played Space Invaders. That was the first game I remember, and I remember playing the Pong games and things like that. And it just fascinated me that you could create these experiences, on a little screen with a computer. So I wanted to do that, so I learned how to do it.
Okay, it's a big leap from playing video games to creating video games. Have you ever been scared on the path you choose that you might fail, that your games might screw up or something?
Well, I didn't actually quit my regular job when I started making games. It was actually a couple of years that I would, in my spare time, would make games and still have my real job. And then I think when we did Solo Flight back in the early days, it kind of my partner Bill said, well, I'll pay you to make these games, just quit your job and make more games, and so it became kind of safe. But it took me a while to actually move from having a real job to becoming a game designer.
So was it a hard time back in the days, and was it getting easier, or is it the other way around?
I think it's always been fun. I think that it was harder back in the day because I had to do my own art, make my own sounds. In the early days, I would actually duplicate the discs on my computer and print out the manual on my printer and put it in a baggie, and so I don't have to do that anymore. So things have gotten a little better, I think, over the years.
And to go a bit more into the present, which games are you playing right now which are not your games?
I played a lot of Minecraft. I think that still is a really fun game for me, especially the very early parts of it. I really enjoy playing. The StarCraft series I really enjoy the Blizzard games. World of Tanks I've been playing a fair amount. So those kind of games I still play fairly often.
Can you play your own games, or is there some kind of wall? I can imagine if you're sitting in front of your game and you're so close, you can't have the distance, you only see the zeros and ones. Is it possible for you to play your own game and just relax, or are you always working while playing your own games?
When I'm making a game, I'm playing it 8 hours a day. So by the time it's done, I'm pretty much finished with playing. For me, it's most fun to be working on the new game. So if I'm going to do something with my games, it'll be kind of developing something new, because that's really the most fun thing for me.
And if we take a leap to the future, Right now, virtual reality is maybe getting a big thing. We got many platforms. And if you think civilization in the future, maybe virtual reality or maybe something else, how do you imagine some of your games in the future with these new technologies? What are you most excited about to get your hands on and make this real?
I think it's always an interesting challenge to merge the new technology with our game ideas. You know, I think that with 3D graphics, our games got a lot better. With the internet, being able to connect people and play multiplayer, you know, the games got better. But how do we use virtual reality? I think that's a good question. I think our games don't lend themselves to that kind of down on the ground experience, but the world, being able to kind of observe the world that you built in 3D, I think would be very satisfying to the players. So those are some things we're looking at, is how do we take advantage of new technology to make our games even more fun.
And of the games you created, which one is your favorite?
All of my games, I've said this, is kind of like, they're like my children, you know, different. I like them all in different ways. The games that people kind of come up to me and remember, I think, are games like Pirates, or certainly Civilization, Railroad Tycoon. Those games seem to connect with people, and so those would probably have to be my favorite games.
Have you ever imagined that this whole thing which you made up in your mind is going to be so big, making Firaxicon, and it's played all over the world?
We had no idea when we started that there would even be an industry 25 years later, let alone that we'd be part of it and we'd be, you know, have this whole series of games that we'd made. I have the best job in the world. I'm very happy. I'm very thankful to our fans to allow us to do this. Really.
Would you say you've achieved everything you've wanted, or are there still things you're looking forward to which you still want to achieve? You want to go to the moon or something?
There are still new games that I want to write. I have a bunch of ideas. There's a dinosaur game that I haven't been able to make yet, another game. So I still love to make games. I'm still working on it, and it just gets me going every day, the chance to make a new game.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ja, das war sie, die Firaxicon aus Baltimore. Eine Veranstaltung, die fast eher an ein Familientreffen erinnert, als an eine Convention. Hier hat man sogar die Ruhe, die neuen Spiele ganz ohne Warteschlangen anzuspielen. Im Laden hätte ich mir sogar noch ein paar coole Cappies oder T-Shirts kaufen können. Doch unser Flug geht morgen früh zurück nach Hamburg und daher verabschieden wir uns aus Baltimore und freuen uns auf neue Spiele von Firaxis.
Thank you.